So what do Brits living in Canada make of this?
Well, I think a lot of people were sort of confused to why this ban is coming down. The owner, he's really in a wait-and-see position. When his products were seized in October, he didn't really know why. Since meeting the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, he has had to pull a number of products. And the timing couldn't be worse. Of course, Robbie Burns Day is tomorrow, and that's typically his busiest day of the year. His biggest concerns is what products might be next. He has stores in 2 other provinces here, and he's worried that losing some of these products may force him to close his doors.
Well, that is a real shame. It's left us scratching our head as well, Peter, because obviously in Canada you can legally buy guns and bullets, but you can't buy Marmite and Iron Brew. What's the common sense in that?
Well, you know, it's an interesting but maybe a bit of an extreme comparison. There are, of course, more dangerous things in this country than Marmite or Iron Brew, but we've been seeing these kind of restrictions more in recent years. We've had a number of food recalls in the past few years, so food safety is top of mind for many Canadians. Now, that being said, Tony Badger, the owner, says what a lot of people are thinking. He's never heard of anyone dying from consuming Iron Brew in Scotland or Britain. But you can also compare this to the United Kingdom's ban on our beloved Saskatoon berries. Since 2004, you can't sell any products with Saskatoon berries in the UK. That's because legislation ruled there's no evidence to suggest they're safe to eat. Now, that's a decision that has made people here scratching their heads. I don't think any Canadians would consider Saskatoon berries a health risk. In fact, you can go across the street and get them right now. So I'm sure it's the same thing people in the UK are thinking about this ban on British products.
And Peter, very briefly, are you a Marmite fan? Have you tried it?
You know what? I have not had a chance to try it. That's been a popular question around the city. Everybody wants to get their hands on it now, and unfortunately, unless you can find a Canadian version, you won't get a chance. But I've heard reviews in the past in a few days. It's not a very common or popular product here, but when I talked to customers at Brit Foods, they said it's definitely a big hit.
You don't know what you're missing out on, Peter. Thanks so much for joining us tonight.